Welcome to this Moms Don't Have Time to Read Books event with Jane Green and Lisa Jewell, which is so exciting to have these two amazing ladies here. And I interviewed both of them separately for my podcast, and I thought, wow, these girls, they would really get along. I have to introduce them to each other, and they were like, we're like really good friends. Thanks, but no thanks. So
this is so lovely doing a event with Lisa because we were published together. We have the same editor. We were great friends immediately. We were also neighbours. We lived around the corner from each other in London, and so it's very weird for me because I've lived here for 19 years and it feels like my worlds are colliding in this really strange way.
Yes, I didn't get you for long enough, Jane. It's about a young girl called Libby, a young millennial, who has just managed to save up enough money to buy herself a tiny apartment just outside London, and then finds out on her 25th birthday that her birth parents had left her in trust an 8-bedroom mansion in Chelsea on the banks of the River Thames in London, which would be amazing if it didn't come with a horrible dark secret attached to it. Sorry, there are children in the room, this doesn't feel quite appropriate. So she inherits this 8-bedroom house, but she also inherits a mystery, and it's really the story of her solving the mystery.
The Friends We Keep is my last novel, and it was really inspired by my life, as all of my novels are. They're never completely about my life, but I realised as I turned 50, I realised that my life was much more isolated than I ever expected it to be.
is it always based on your stage of life, or do you keep a little journal, or did they just come to you like in a dream? Or?
But yeah, no, every book has a different genesis, and sometimes it can be like a big question. And with this, it was just a fleeting glimpse of a woman in a beach club in the south of France, sneaking her children into a private members' shower block, which probably most normal people wouldn't even notice, let alone like take on board and obsess over and become completely obsessed with this woman and decide that she must have this incredible secret and this tragic childhood that she was escaping that was possibly involved in an 8-bedroom mansion in Chelsea. And, so sometimes it's a tiny little thing that you just fixate on and you just start growing things off it. So every single book is completely different, the way it lands on the page.
As a novelist, when you go to parties, people, I'm sure they do this for you as well, they come up to you all the time and say, oh, have I got a story for you? But it doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work like that.
So nobody say that,
please. But however amazing the stories are, it doesn't sink in. And it is those little things.
I completely relate. I have moments we will be running on a track and see a plastic bag and immediately think that someone could die from a plastic bag asphyxiating them, and I just keep running.
I'm so easily distracted in the house, so I have to get out of the house. So the first few months I take my laptop into coffee shops and write in coffee shops. And I write 1,000 words. It's one it's new since you left the area, Jane. It wasn't there when you left.
I have always treated my writing as almost like a series of journalistic exercises. I have a chapter, and I for me it is all about discipline, and it is getting my butt in the chair and getting those words on the page, and I set myself a number. When you are a working writer, there's nothing that you can ever really throw away, and actually the key is really going back in and really working what you have.
Exactly.
My editor, who was Lisa's editor for a while as well, I'd send her my book and she'd write back and she'd go, darling, I love it. Chapter 5, darling, I think the uncle needs just a little more. And that was it. They were the easiest edits I'd ever had. And so I was very clear, I don't want to hear from American editors. I only want to hear from the English editors because they don't actually require me to do any work.
Well, if you wouldn't mind signing some books,
we'd love to.
Everybody come mingle and meet them. Don't accost them all at once.
Thank you.
Thank you all for coming.